Hello, my name is Lisa Kissing Kucek. I'm a research geneticist with the USDA Agricultural Research Service in Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm a part of the Cover Crop Breeding Network. We're a nationwide network of plant breeders and agronomists and others, really representing the entire United States and trying to understand which varieties of cover crops do best where, which species do best where, and also generating new cover crop varieties that farmers can plant in their fields. And so here we're standing in a hairy vetch advanced line variety trial. And so what happens is we have breeding sites all over the country that are selecting hairy vetch for early vigor in the fall, so the ability to get up and out of the ground and cover the soil over the winter. And then spring vigor, so the ability to really put on growth over the winter and again, cover the soil and provide those conservation benefits in early spring as rains come on. And then biomass, which is the big trait ahead of termination and cash crop planting. So how big is it? And that often determines how much nitrogen this vetch can provide to a subsequent crop like corn. And so we have about 35 different varieties here, including lines from our breeding program. We have about 7 years of breeding so far at about 8 different sites across the country every year. And those lines go into this trial to compare them to commercially available lines. So something you might currently buy from a seed company. And so we want to see, is anything better than what's currently on the market? And when we find stuff that's consistently better, such as this line here, then we can work with seed companies to release the material as a new line. And we've been able to beat any commercially available Czech varieties consistently for biomass, winter survival, and seed yield. And I think seed yield is a big takeaway here. We have a collaborator, Ryan Hayes, also with the USDA ARS, but in Corvallis, Oregon, where vetch seed is produced. And so thanks to Ryan, we know the seed yield of these varieties next to commercially available Czechs. And when we're beating seed yield, it means potential reduced seed cost for growers, and that's a really big deal. We're also selecting for soft seed. So vetch has a reputation of being a problem because it has hard seed, and so it can come back in inopportune times in a rotation. And so we're using a genetic marker that we've designed in order to reduce hard seed in the breeding program. So we're very excited about that. And we're also tracking pod shatter, which is something that becomes a problem for seed production and again makes vetch more expensive. So looking forward to new and better varieties of vetch hitting the marketplace soon. So our first line that we're releasing was selected in 2017, and we're about a year into the variety release process. And that process typically will take a couple more years in order to complete, to make it an official variety on the marketplace with a name and have a company carry it. And they also need years to increase the seed. So the amount of seed we get from a breeding program, I can usually put in my hand. And so then we have to send that out west to get the seed increased to about 50 pounds, and then a seed company has to take that seed, and this is what's happening now for us out west. We're at that stage to take something from 50 pounds up to many hundreds of pounds to be able to sell it in a catalog. So from 2017 till now, with 6 years of variety testing and seed increase, we still need about 2 more years, I think, to have it hit the market. So a little less than 10 years is usually the timeline.